that's better, smarter, or a better leader than Viktor Orban. He's fantastic. As you know, the Prime Minister of Hungary, and does a great job. He's a non-controversial figure because he said this is the way it's going to be, and that's the end of it, right? He's the boss.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the Joe Bloomin channel, where we discuss news, views and reviews. And today we're talking about Donald Trump hosting Viktor Orban at Mar-a-Lago, and the leftist media going absolutely nuts about it. I'm reading from democracynow.org, which is some place I've never actually visited, but that seems to be a very leftist and funny website. It's official. Following Tuesday's primary, President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump appeared to set for a rematch in November after both candidates secured enough delegates to win their party's nomination. This past weekend, Donald Trump hosted Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban at Mar-a-Lago. John and I spoke yesterday with a Hungarian green activist. But first, let's go to President Trump's praising of Orban at Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump said, "There's nobody that's better, smarter, or better leader than Viktor Orban. He's fantastic. He's as you know, the Prime Minister of Hungary and does a great job. He's a non-controversial figure because he said this is the way it's going to be, and that's the end of it, right? He's the boss."
Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has used an annual rally marking Revolution Day to attack the European Union's migration policy. To a mixed crowd of pro- and anti-government supporters, he said that refugees pose a danger to the Christian traditions of Europe and criticised EU plans to distribute asylum seekers across the bloc. The Prime Minister said, "We cannot let Brussels put itself above the law. We won't let them push their bitter fruits of the EU's cosmopolitan immigration policy. We will not import crime, terrorism, homophobia and a brand of anti-Semitism that sets synagogues ablaze."
So what these idiots don't understand is that Donald Trump is baiting these guys. I mean, it's so clear and so obvious that, I mean, if you look at Viktor Orban, he's one of my favorite prime ministers, and the reason being that he stood up in the UN and he actually held them hostage. So with the whole importing of people into his country, because he ran on a platform where he said that we will not take in any more refugees into our country, and nobody will tell us what we can and cannot do. And he ran on that platform, and he was true to the guys that voted for him, his constituents. And so he's a good guy, and I really enjoyed watching him grow, and they're still rewarding him. That Donald Trump is out to get the leftist media to put him on their channel. I mean, and he's baiting them the whole time, and it's actually quite funny if you have a look at how many times he's used the court hearings as a platform to speak, because they won't cover his rallies, and so he's using that as a platform. So Donald Trump takes anything and he turns it into, well, a gold mine. Firstly, if it comes from a business perspective, and secondly, if it comes to a political or marketing himself, he can turn anything into a marketing platform. Anything. One of my favorite things that he did was where he decided that, if Mexico isn't going to be stopping people at the border, for him because they don't want to give him money for the border wall, then he's going to charge him 5% increase or 5% for in import taxes. So, and immediately had the army there. So he nothing stands in his way. He doesn't back down. He looks at a problem and says, okay, let's find a solution for this thing. He doesn't just go and sit down. And I think it's going to be very interesting that they've actually chosen Joe Biden to run against Donald Trump, because it's going to be ridiculous, to be dead honest.